We have a problem. I have to learn Spanish in less than 2 weeks.
I have almost 1900 items.
Hi there, my name's Katiana, cat for short, and I'm allergic to, well, you guessed it, cats. This is so stressful. I have to learn Spanish in like the span of less than 2 weeks because I'm going to travel to Mexico for the first time ever, and I'm so looking forward to it, and I really want to hone in on my language skills and actually use it, but I haven't practiced Spanish in like 5 or 6 months. So this might sound over dramatic because I have been learning Spanish for a good 6+ years at this point, but I have never gone as long without language like lessons as I have done now. I'm going to try to get back in, and I know for a fact that there will be so like many vocabs that I have to like catch up on, and that's what I'm going to have to do first, and it's scary to even think about. So let's see how much like of a backlog I have on vocabs to do. Usually it's like maybe 100, but I feel like it's going to be a lot worse this time around.
Okay, so this is what comes up when I open it first. I actually had to log back in because I haven't used it in so long. And usually I go on to review to just do some vocabs. And oh, holy shit. I think that's like all the vocabulary I know. Look at that. All I know is 2084. And I have to practice 2080 because I haven't done this in so long. That is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. That is so bad.
So they have this like vocab review thing so that whenever you learn a new word, you have to like repeat it every day until you like always get it right, and then you only have to repeat it once a week, and then like once every other week, once a month, every other month, until it goes like until like I think a year. I can't quite recall, but stage 6 means you're only very rarely like asked to revise certain words or like terms because you've revised them so often and you've known them so well. And now because I haven't like practiced my vocabs in a half a year, like none of them, all of them have to be redone and reviewed. So there are only 4 out of almost 2,100 vocabs. There are only 4 that I don't have to do. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start this journey of reviewing all the vocabulary that I've learned in over 5 years and haven't practiced in over 5 months. Whew.
I already know for a fact that I don't know this. That's so sad. Tengo un álbum. Tengo someone's first record. Tengo su primero álbum, pero prefiero su segundo álbum.
Tengo el primer disco, pero prefiero el segundo álbum.
Okay, honestly, I gotta say that wasn't even that bad, but it's still wrong though. Dang. No, I don't recall, and I don't recall this either, so.
¿Recuerdas aquella canción de nuestra boda?
Shit. This is just going to be the sound of the next hour.
Aquel disco viejo ya no está.
That one. Ooh, I got one. I know one.
Okay, I hope I know this. Dar? Dar.
Dar.
Yeah! The first one I know.
Oh. Ooh, that's good.
That's what I want to happen. I never want to forget my trip to Mexico. And I want to come back knowing that I've really been able to use my craft. And that's why I have to practice a little more before even going there. So that's why we're even doing this, right?
So supposedly in stage 6, I have almost 1900 items stored. But I feel like, I don't know. if these are like really all in my perfect long-term memory.
Admittedly, I haven't come very far since yesterday. Yeah, I only did 40 vocabs, so that's not enough whatsoever. So I really have to get going today.
So let's continue. It literally switched right before my eyes. Okay, so now I've only done 20 vocabs. Great. So, okay, let's continue. Going to do the listening exercise. I've made it beneath 2,000 vocabs, but this is still so daunting.
And what I'm most mad at is that I didn't even take like 10 minutes of time just within like every other week to do this. And that's why it's piled up like that. And yeah, I just completely fell off the bandwagon. Like 1 week I was completely honed in and then just went out the door. It is now the next day, which means I still have 1,992 vocabs at the very least. It is so frightening, but we will get through this. Come on, stick with me. Just doing vocabulary like this is obviously not very interesting. So I thought I'd look around and see if I can actually like name all the things that are around me, and I think I'll do horribly, but we'll try.
Okay, so this is my desk situation, and I don't know what pencil case means. I don't know what planner means, but this is un libro. And then I don't know what notebook means. I don't know what desk means, but this is an ordinador. I think, like in French, it's ordinateur. So I think it's ordinador, but maybe I'm wrong. This is also like, I guess a book, libro, and una lámpara. And then we have a trash can. I know that trash means basura, but I don't know what trash can means. So I basically only know half of what's here. But yeah.
So that was a fun exercise, which I totally screwed up. I don't even know why I did this to myself, but I feel like these are like small things that we can do to test ourselves in like reality, because I feel like a lot of these like little exercise themes, they're just general. And sometimes they just don't apply to you. Like there's this one theme that was all about like vinyls and stuff, and I'm like, I don't have vinyls at all. This doesn't apply to me. I don't need any of these words ever. Not in English, not in German, definitely not in Spanish. So yeah, this was a quick little exercise that was actually helpful to me in words that I'm going to look up later because I need them. These are the easy ones. These are the ones like I actually know. Wait.
Estoy solo.
Oh, I'm single.
Marcar un gol.
I'm not feeling all too well today, but I'm definitely going to do some Spanish anyway because otherwise I'm just not gonna finish. So let's go. ¿Dónde está el baño? No hablo italiano. Another day has almost gone by and I still haven't done any Spanish. I definitely have not done enough for this challenge in the last couple of days because I was so incredibly busy. You will understand this whenever I announce what I have to tell you in a little bit. It might still take a while. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to reframe this a little bit and just do this differently than I expected in the beginning. I just want to focus on the 4 rules of learning a language. That's to read and write and to speak and listen. And for my part, recently, ever since I've started this challenge on Bubble, I mostly read and listened, but I didn't really have to speak myself or write at all. So that's what I'm going to try to focus on at the moment. Normalmente no debo hablar mucho español y a causa de esto mi español no está muy bien. And oh my gosh, why is it so hard to phrase sentences? Goodness me, I know for a fact that my Spanish used to be better back in maybe March when I actually did Spanish every day for the last 4 years. So yeah, we're going to practice, okay? Usted no conoce a esa señora.
Conocer a tu amigo.
Conocer a tu amigo. Últimamente no veo a menudo a mis familiares.
Última.
These I would even know without them like giving me options. So that's really good.
¿Hay aparcamiento?
So looking at the grand scheme of things, I am sure that I've bitten off more than I can chew. Apparently I'm really bad at math because I could have just actually looked at the number of vocabs I have to repeat and like review and practice and then divided them by the number of days I still have left until my trip. And then I would have realized that it's not gonna happen. But I tried to make it work and I'm still going to try to make it work. Just not like all the vocab because that's also not necessary. The point is just do as much as you can each day. The problem is whenever you try to do all of it in like 1 or 2 days and then forget about it afterwards. Because language is like, or the language skill or the skill of speaking a certain language is like a muscle. You have to train it all the time. You can't just like overtrain it once and then think, now that I've done so much for it, it's just gonna stay. And honestly, so much has come back to me ever since I've started this challenge because I've retrained that muscle that I haven't trained in almost half a year. So definitely take this as, I guess, a tip and also just as a challenge for yourself to just try again. Even if you only have time to do 20 vocabs a day, that's more than enough if you just keep going and just do it every day.
El pollo.
18.
18. That is the most satisfying sound of the entire like bubble universe.
Ja, hab ich. So we have made it to Cancun and it was a 12-hour flight, one single flight, and I slept like half of it. I was so exhausted and I still feel kind of tired. It's not that late here, but we have a 7-hour time difference to Munich, so it's like past 2 a.m. I think in Munich. Anyway, I was able to purchase these tickets in Spanish and I feel so badass for some reason. And now we're going to take this bus to the city center to then take the ferry, to then take a bus, to then take the ferry to Il Mujeres, where we have our hotel. Whew. You're probably gonna say I'm a liar because I'm going to say I ordered it in Spanish, but how could you trust me? Anyway, you're going to have a quesadilla de, what was it? De jamón y queso, right? And I'm going to have guacamole and nachos naturales. So I'm really looking forward to that. Our first like Mexican food, even though it's things we've already eaten. But yeah, we're at the ferry port and waiting for the ferry and we're so hungry, so we have to eat something now.